hello, Cancer. Hello, Cancer, ladies and gentlemen, Cancer friends. It is, this is a, this is a reading, a tarot reading for the period, the 1st to the 15th of January for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. And before we get to start, I'm going to first give you a view of what we're going to be looking at in the sky in this period, some of the things that we can be sure to see. The first is on the 4th of January. It's the Quadrantids meteor shower, and the meteor shower is quite interesting. It's quite generous in the sense that we'll be able to see 9 meteors approximately every hour, and the radiant, the point at which the meteor seems to start, is at 66 degrees above the northeastern horizon. Now, the next thing that is coming our way is this really cool event. I love this. It's perihelion. Perihelion, what is that? Peri means near or around, and helion is the sun. So it's close to the sun. This is the day, Sunday, January 5th, when the Earth is going to be the closest to the sun for the entire year. So that's something to celebrate, I think. Then we have the conjunction between the moon and Aldebaran. And what's interesting about this on Tuesday, January the 7th, is that they're going to be very close at 2.3 degrees from one another in the constellation of Taurus. You'll find that. Then, of course, we've got on the 10th of January the eclipse, the lunar eclipse, and it's called the penumbral because what we're going to be seeing is one side shaded away, one side in the shade. It's not going to be the total eclipse. We're going to be seeing some of the moon. And what does the eclipse mean for us? Eclipses are the peak of a moon cycle. It's the peak of a moon cycle, and it heralds in a cycle of completion. What you'll be finding is that secrets may be revealed to you. And what's particular about this full moon is that it's in Cancer, very sensitive sign. And what does that mean for us? That means that around these days of the full moon, the days around the full moon and the eclipse, you're going to feel that your emotions run high and feelings come to the fore. And so let's prepare for that. Let's go on to the reading for you. Now here you see I've tried to use a different camera setup. It's not the best. I'm still in the learning curve, but there's no lag between what my hands are doing and what my mouth is saying. So for today, this will have to do. Thank you there. I do want to say that I'm using these cards, which are the Gilded Tarot by Gustav Klimt, who's the artist. I've used them before here on camera. They're very thick, they're very big, but I just love them. They're really beautiful. So what's in store for Cancer for the first 2 weeks of January? What's in store for Cancer for the first 2 weeks in January? So what I'm going to do is pull cards and then put runes, cast runes immediately. So first of all, I'm going to show you these cards before I cast the runes over them. All right, so we've got here the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands. The High Priestess. She's made an appearance, a couple of appearances in some of these readings. And then we've got the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords. We've got the High Priest. Well, I'll be danged. Then we've got the Five of Cups. And the Sun. The outgoing card is the Sun. Now that is 3. 1, 2, they have a relation here, 3 major arcana. Out of half of the cards are major arcana. Let's take a look here. Let's take a look. We've got the fire cups, fire, earth. We've got air, fire, and water. We don't have the earth here. That's what's missing. All right, so we've got the first rune. All right. I'll talk about them. There you go. And also Tyr has popped up. I'll show you that. It's come up. It's been very generous, Tyr, during these readings. That is a great rune to have in a casting. Smacks of success. And then we've got, all right, let's take a look. Now, over this Three of Wands, I've got the rune called Perdro. Now, Perdro is a magical rune. It's a mystical rune. It is all about hidden secrets and the occult. Here, I'm looking at Cancer, a moment when you really, the moon is in Cancer, it's coming up, and you really know, you feel, all right, let's put it this way, you will have the feeling, and it's a double-edged sword, okay, mind you, and listen to what I'm saying. It's a double-edged sword in terms of you feeling that you know. And what happens inevitably in this period is that you take for granted that you're right, and you think if you have a grudge with someone, you will call them out when they are not to blame. So it's a double-edged sword. Your intuition is running high, and that will help you, but it also can work against you. Now, Perdro also talks about secrets emerging. All right, now the secrets do emerge for you, especially in this full moon period. And when I say secrets, I'm talking about things that you will never know. All right, and this has to do with emotions. People who you are surrounded by are guarding things from you because they cannot stand the idea of sharing something that they want to call their own. Okay, so this is the idea here is personal respect, mutual respect. Now, with Perdro there, over this Three of Wands, there is a strong relationship that you have. You can take stock of a relationship that you have, and it's not the Four of Wands. It's not up to a firm foundation. It's the Three of Wands, where you can, in this period of time, take stock of where you are with this relationship that means so much to you. You will be receiving surprises as well with Perdro here, and they will be positive surprises. But remember that there are secrets that will not be revealed to you. So take what you can and leave the rest aside. Now, with this, it's interesting because we have the High Priestess card, which is the moon card, and it's really pointing to that 10th of January for you. And we've got here Tyr. And what is Tyr all about? Tyr is all about victory in competition. I'm sorry that my messages keep coming up. Sorry. I don't know what to do. It seems like you're going to be extremely motivated with Tyr, and there is going to be an increase in what you have coming towards you. Something that there's a friend of mine is telling me there's got to be a way for you to get rid of your phone and the messages keep coming in. Well, that's another thing I'll have to deal with as soon as I finish this. Sorry. Tyr is all about winning. It's all about being victorious, about having high motivation and an increase in power and money. Now, why is that important for you? In a moment with this full moon in Cancer, where the emotions run really high, this means for you self-confidence. It means a sense of security, an stepped up sense of security for you. Now, the Queen of Swords has given me the rune need. Now, the rune need here is calling on you, Cancer, to maintain patience. All right, and I'm an Aries, I'm double Aries, I'm not a patient woman, and I can understand what that means when you are being called for to be patient. And typically the Queen of Swords is we call her the divorcee. She gets up and walks away. She is, when she smells something that is not right, she'll just kick up her heels and run, okay? Now, here need is telling you there's a delay, there are constraints. Okay, you may feel that people are hiding the truth for you, but give them patience. Mutual respect is the watchword here. And how can I say? It looks like there's a learning cycle here with this full moon, Cancer, especially for you, because you are walking a line where you can either walk the line of success, as Tyr does point out, especially if you're competing against another person, even for romantic reasons. But you also can very easily fall the wayside of failure if you don't check your tongue and your patience. Now the High Priest. The High Priest here has the rune called Isa. Isa literally means ice, means a freeze, means a stop, means a cooling down in a relationship. And this is going to ensue when you get the feeling that, yes, I'm taking stock of the relationship. I understand where we are and where we are not. And Isa also talks about not only a cooling down of a relationship, but it also talks about gelling, the word gelling, consolidating your desires. You want things the way you want them, and unfortunately that doesn't coincide with another person, and that is why there is a cold front on the relationship side. Now there's Five of Cups here. The Five of Cups has Björk Berkana, and Björk Berkana is all about fertility. It's all about births and giving birth. Now, I'm not seeing this as giving birth here over this Five of Cups, actually. I'm seeing this as a new beginning. And a new beginning as a project, not in terms of romance for the same person where there's a freeze, but a project whereby you can together decide on how you want to go forward, Cancer. Okay, you want this, I want that. I understand that we know each other very well, and never the twains shall meet, they say. But here we need to use our head in order to speak about our heart and have patience. This is what the cards are talking about. Then we have Cancer, we have here the Sun. The last card is the Sun. And I've got Awats. Awats is a powerful, powerful ally. The universe literally has your back. And remember that when the full moon and the eclipse rolls around on the 10th, when you have the sensation that there is someone pulling away, remember that, because that is going to serve you well. The Sun is there and you can't do anything wrong. You really can't, if you're able to have patience, Cancer. Now, let me take this Italian deck. This is an Italian oracle deck. It's called the Oracle of Destiny. And I've used it in I've always used it in my personal readings with clients, but I wanted to use it because I like the way it talks to me, and I wanted to use it today with these readings. Let's see what they have to say. I'll pull 2 sets of cards and show you those. The first 3 are Alegria, happiness, Nemico, the enemy, and Fidanzamento, engagement. Now it looks like that there is a third party situation. That gelling, that freezing, that coming apart with another person involves a third party. And that person who's moving away from you, or who you have understood that your roads are taking two different routes, you see them as being very happy, very calm, very pleased, and you are using all that you have to say, I wish you well. This is the attitude that you have. The next three and the last three are chiarimento, clearing up, clarification, fortuna, fortune, and triumph. And this is exactly what's going to come down with the relationship that I mentioned, this coming apart. There will be a clarification. And we have here, for those of you who are expecting some payback, some literal financial payments, that will be coming in as well, ladies and gentlemen. Cancer friends, I do hope this was of help to you. Like and share my videos if you appreciate them, and I will be back with the rest of the videos shortly. And subscribe if you have not yet. I really appreciate that. Namaste, ladies and gentlemen, until we read together again, which will be very soon, actually.